And it looks like we have shaken off our minor technical difficulties here, and we are back.
As things stand right now, looks like Maya has finished clearing out Mountain Cave, and I believe Emptyeye is in Swamp Cave.
Swamp Cave's an interesting find. That's where where the princess is in case they need to locate the search item. But way more importantly, it's there's a passage to to the other half of the world potentially.
Yeah, and it looks like Emptyeye is just going to rescue the princess. Has no idea if there's any coordinates right now, but if you're in the area, maybe not a bad play to save some time, especially if it turns out to be fairly difficult coordinates or if the armor's on the second continent. But nope, the Star Wyvern is just going to send him back without the princess. And pretty much a high five between Emptyeye and Maya right now, both of them heading down to the basement of Tantagel. And it's the tablet cave.
Well, one free item at least. No danger, and as long as you've got Radiant or a Torch, it's easy enough to get through.
And at the end of the maze, a torch. And no outside, so the long walk of shame back. Emptyeye tried to save Gwalen, but ran into a Star Wyvern and rolled low on the Hurtmore and just got burnt to a crisp. So Princess is back in captivity. And Link running into the fun police, and yeah, that's at this level pretty much a one-way trip back.
Yeah, I mean, blue dragons are still dangerous right now for our runners just because no weapons, like copper swords and hand axes, no real armor to speak of, leather armor and small shields, so dragons are, dragons.
And Maya digs out the Erdrick's sword out of the treasury, though, so the finding the single key in Mountain Cave making a huge difference.
Yeah, Tangential Castle being one of those places that you can rack up keys there, and you can buy them from the shop in the back once you have one key, just to make sure that you have more. So even though he hasn't found Remeldar yet and hasn't made that bit of exploration, he's still in good shape.
And yep, Link now finds the magic key, so should be in pretty good shape. And I think there was no gold in anywhere to find in the castle, though. So no silver shield grind this time around, unless Well, no, I was going to say, unless Garenham connects to the grave, but I think that is just one treasure chest short.
It's what it's three. It's the three in Garenham, and then there's only four in Garen's grave. It'd be five for the mountain cave. You could do it if it's the mountain cave connecting to Garenham.
I think it's 5 in the grave. Just, I think you might need 9. Not sure. I haven't. Don't really know the science behind the gold grind as well as most. And we've got 66 leagues to the north and 12 to the west for the coordinates. That's I don't know. This map seems kind of twisty going north, so this might be a little difficult.
Yeah, in terms of retracing steps here, Maya has her sword. Emptyeye has found the jerk cave. Linkforce is now deep in the mountain cave right now, finding the magic key that was down there, so he should be in.
Maya testing out the Erdrick sword on that slime, just obliterating them.
Yep, yeah. And Emptyeye and Linkforce high 5 level 9 and pick up 22 MP is the big one for their trouble there.
And, yep, Emptyeye might be going straight for the coordinates.
Yeah, Eternal Newbie's letting us know that the only gold grind revolves around the castles. You do need the 9th chest to do it.
Oh, Emptyeye low rolls the Hurtmore again and gets put to sleep and then barbecued. So back to the start. These Star Wyverns are just giving Emptyeye the business. Holy cow.
I know Eternal Newbie mentioned it before, but it looks like that if Star Wyverns are in Charlotte Castle, our runners are going to be in for a pretty bad time.
If this turns out to be a low agility seed, they would be absolutely terrifying to run into.
Yeah, and I know that the most common build runners use is Strength HP, but there are a few people out there who run Strength Agility as their preferred stat spread, so sometimes will get that extra agility, which could come in handy. You never know.
Yeah, it's definitely it's an interesting decision to make early on before you even know sort of the stat distributions and the monster distributions, but you can definitely hedge with an agility build if you're concerned about running away from things in Charlock, and if you're concerned about needing another level versus using the death necklace, then you hedge using strength HP. So really it's all about what you're more concerned about between those two scenarios.
Yeah, the one thing everybody agrees on though is strength is necessary. You need to be able to hit the Dragon Lord as hard as you possibly can, lest you get yourself in a lot.
Yeah, and it is interesting how just little adjustments of 1 or 2 points of strength at the end can make such a huge difference in a Dragon Lord 2 fight. Just being able to slide your min and max range to a friendlier average damage total.
Yeah, absolutely. People are very unexcited sometimes about the fighter's ring for that +2 damage, for that +2 strength, excuse me. But that 1 point of damage on the Dragon Lord every round can make a pretty big difference in the long.
Emptyeye runs into yet another Star Wyvern. This is beginning to look like a curse for the sea.
Yeah, and then in the top right, it looked like ichbinmiah found a stone man out in the world. As we mentioned, that low agility being the stat that they use to roll your running away. He doesn't.
Yeah, interestingly, usually you can get away from stonemen fairly easily with they've only got 40 agility, even though they are in the group of monsters where it's a direct stat comparison. But with agility being as low as it is, you're not going anywhere this seed.
Yeah, and what stone men lack in agility, they make up for striking power and pure bulk. They're one of the healthiest enemies in the game.
Emptyeye running into an armored knight, and if the double hurt more strat works, this is going to be another level. In the meantime, Maya trying to see who's hiding on the armor spot in Hawksness.
Finds a werewolf, so a little bit dangerous. They're known for cleaving through armor pretty decently well, so does get a hurt more off, but it's going to need a little bit more help than that. And in the bottom left, Linkforce has picked up the coordinates, so all three of our runners know that the item in the world is at 66 and 12, 66 north and 12 west, so they've got a way.
Oh no! Maya finds a red dragon in Hawksness, so that's not going to happen for a while. And Emptyeye finds coal.
Yeah, and a little earlier, Maya was selling a cursed belt, which lets us know that there are at least two search spots of the three in the world in play at this point. And we know that one of them is the world search point.
Good news, it's the armor. So the armor is not guarded by an angry dragon this seed, so nice.
Yeah, I mean, we could still have the fairy flute at the world search spot, and then the token, though, could be guarded by a red dragon at this point, but having the armor will make life a fair bit easier for Emptyeye at this point.
And Maya trying to take out an axe knight, but gets ambushed and then low rolls the hurt more. just 2 experience away from the next level. But I think he might be considering doing a little bit of grinding just to make the overworld exploration a little easier.
Yeah, and just west of Cole, or just east of Cole, looks like Emptyeye has spotted Sharlock Castle. So he does have the location of Sharlock, while Linkforce has an armored knight's axe in his forehead. An unpleasant way to go, to be sure.
And another town, and that's Hawksness for Emptyeye. So he might give this a shot and find the bad news.
I mean, Erdrick's armor is going to give him a lot more staying power, though, so I would... there's a chance that he'll be okay.
Yeah, certainly with heal more, this is a doable fight, but it's going to chew up a lot in the way of resources. So probably not something that you want to stay in grind for a while, but you can certainly take a peek at what's on the spot.
Thankfully, you only need to get through one red dragon to find out what's on the spot, and with heal more, Erdrick's armor 54 MP, sword, he's hitting for 20 and taking hits for 40, so it's a little bit scary still.
Star Wyvern claims another victim, and Maya, meanwhile, steps away from another run at Hawksness, and nope.
Golem's in the zone here too, so not exactly the most pleasant location in the world.
And Emptyeye finds an empty tile, so whole lot of nothing behind that red dragon.
I mean, still 255 experience is helping him extend his experience lead right now. While Linkforce is moving a little bit more deliberately around the map, do you think there's a chance that he's trying to walk this out? 66 north and 12 west?
I'm curious if Linkforce is the kind of person to sort of take intermediate notes, like, all right, this terrain feature is 20 north, 20 west. But yeah, he counted it out pretty much perfect. And there's also another town up there, so be able to top off the old MP pretty quickly.
I mean, Linkforce there is going to need it. As we can see it, he is neck deep in wizard territory here, and wizards are fairly resistant to hurt more and fairly hard hitting.
Well, they'll be hitting a lot less hard now that Erdrick's armor is in play.
Yep, so Linkforce, a great count. First runner to find Erdrick's token. Still loose in the world someplace. We still don't know where the Silver Harp is. We still don't know where the Stones of Sunlight are. We also don't know where the Fairy Flute is, but that's a little bit less exciting unless there's a golem boss waiting for us at the bottom of Sharlock Castle. In the top right, it looks like ichbinmiah has taken a moment to take some notes because he is the first runner, it looks like, to run across the Staff of Rain Cave there, so it's where you trade in your Silver Heart for the Staff of Rain. With Emptyeye in the top left there, right on his tail. Linkforce is right in the neighborhood as well, seeing that he is right by Sharlock Castle as well.
So really, the only big things missing right now, Garanham and the Grave, uh, and 8 treasure chests between the two of them. Certainly, uh, gonna find a lot of rare items there.
Yeah, it's likely that both the harp and the stones are going to be there. We know the token is out there in the world someplace on the ground. As Linkforce kind of, I think, seeing the writing on the wall that a gold grind is out of the question, just goes ahead to Cole and snags a large shield for 800 gold. So extra 10 defense is going to come in handy.
Yeah, between that and finding Erdrick's armor, it's a really, really nice boost, and it's gonna allow for some better engagements versus enemies like the Armored Knight.
Yeah, the 1 hit point per step regeneration of Erdrick's armor is not going to hurt the cause either. With the sword, usually Armor Knight will either go down to 1 hurt more if you roll good, or if you low roll, you might need to take a swing behind it. But that's still, pretty good that you see Linkforce there in the bottom left taking 24 damage, taking 33 damage, so taking a little bit less damage. Still doesn't have the power, though, to power through it with 1 hurt more in 1 swing.
Question in chat, were Mountain and the Grave found? Mountain was, the Grave may very well be in the basement of Garanham, which Linkforce just found.
That's a real good find. That might put Linkforce in really good shape with the token in hand already.
And there's the Fighter's Ring as well, so never unhappy to find that. As Emptyeye begins the count.
Yep. Linkforce also finds in Garanham itself is the Stones of Sunlight as well. So 2 out of the 3 items in hand at this point in time, and we're pretty sure the harp is going to be down below in just a second.
Nope, the fairy flute ended up there as well, so gonna trade some fairy water for the fairy flute. And there's some more fairy water. Alright. And Emptyeye just about to hit the end of the count, and there's Erdrick's token.
Yeah, for being 66 steps north of Tangential Castle, this was actually a pretty straightforward count, interestingly enough, because it's all 1 clean continent.
And experience-wise, it looks like everyone has sort of caught up to Emptyeye here. Maya only being about 600 experience behind.
Yeah, and that gap is closing pretty quickly, honestly. I mean, if we think about kind of grindable units here, you figure Axe Knights are 135. That's usually a pretty safe number to kind of think about in terms of experience. It being like 2 or 3 Axe Knights behind is not too bad.
Axe Knights, the Agama Dragon Warrior.
I think so. I think it's just a good unit. It's about half of a red dragon. It ends up working out pretty well.
And Emptyeye finds Garenham as well, so pretty soon both Link and Emptyeye are going to be in full grind mode. And I am curious to see what who the monster is in Swamp. I think it was an Armor Knight, but I'm not. Oh, go ahead.
I'm not sure either, but in the top left chest on floor 2 of the Mountain Cave, Linkforce has picked up the harp as we expected. So he has everything he needs to go and, well, just needs to go back to the Staff of Rain Cave and then head up into the swamps and talk to the jerk and get his rainbow drop. So he's in great shape right now.
Yeah, with the HP being at 89, unless there's some big swings in the next few levels, it doesn't look like this will be a Death Necklace Seed. So, leaving that one chest in the bottom of the grave behind, I don't think is necessarily a bad play.
No, and the necklace could also be in the armory in Charlotte Castle as well, so there's always that. But it looks like, yeah, Linkforce is on his way out while Emptyeye is on his way into Garen's grave here.
And, well, Emptyeye doing the exact same thing, dropping the fairy water for the fairy flute, and then finding another fairy water. So that's 2 out of the 3 runners. We'll see if Maya does the same.
Yeah, Maya slowly closing the experience gap, is still about 500 behind at this point.
Yeah, definitely exploration advantage for a big exploration advantage for Link and Emptyeye, but that can change pretty quickly.
Yeah, much of it will come down to where these runners end up choosing to grind and how that ends up working out. Armored Knights are definitely not going to be a bad option if that was the Swamp Cave. Also on the table is usually floor 1 of Charlock, especially because I think it's right near a town. And occasionally you'll find a zone where with Repel, where you can repel most of the lightweight monsters, and there's just one heavy monster that you actually want to take on. Like, for example, you know, Axe Knights, potentially.
It seemed like there were a ton of those Axe Knights running around Hawksness, too, so that might not be a bad grind. But I think as their strength goes up, being able to take out an Armored Knight with a swing and a hurt more, probably the fastest way to go. Yeah, Stonemen are a very difficult enemy to grind, just because of how strong they are and how much HP they have. Really, the only time it's worth it is if they're like 75% stops to cast Stop Spell. Otherwise, you are just chiseling away and not making much progress.
Yeah, while they are attempting to just plow into you with those big old fists of theirs, and they are not gonna, like, you know, give you any quarter, honestly. Emptyeye is our first runner to level 12. This Spectre is going to put Linkforce there right on the edge now as well, so he's just going to need a little bit more for 12 himself.
And there's a Star Wyvern, and that's really not who you want to run into.
Thankfully, Erdrick's armor does soak up some of the damage from the breath, but Sleep is going to make this really dicey. 2 shots of Fire Breath. Link wakes up at 1 hit point. He's going to need to patch himself up, and then catches another Jet of Flame for his troubles. This is a little bit unpleasant for sure.
And meanwhile, Emptyeye making it to the bottom of the grave and finding 700 gold. So it really is true. You can't take it with you.
Yeah, and ichbinmiah has found the marsh cave and looks like he's or swamp cave. And it looks like he's pretty interested in the princess at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Maya has explored a good chunk of the north part of the map, but this will certainly make getting to those coordinates a lot easier.
Yeah, it'll conveniently put him in location for seeing the rest of the world as well, so that'll be really useful for him in terms of exploration. And of course, if Maya can get Gwaelin out of here, he'll at least have won the heart of the princess, even if that does not help you towards winning the game.
All right, and I think Emptyeye is going to be the first person to cash in the Staff of Rain, or the Silver Harp for the Staff of Rain, which means the Rainbow Drop will be coming very soon.
Absolutely, it looks like Emptyeye taking this small lead in terms of item progression, has about a 350 experience point lead over Linkforce right now, and about 500 over Maya.
Yeah, also has knowledge of that armored knight in the swamp cave, so that I think for where our runners are level wise, that's a lot better of an option than the red dragons. If the strength were to take a very big jump in the next couple of levels, then the red dragons are looking a lot better.
Yep, with all our runners at level 12, strength is starting to get up there a little bit with Erdrick's Sword, but it's definitely taking its sweet time at this point, and 94 hit points is just not going to cut the mustard against the Dragon Lord, but that should fix itself pretty quickly in the next couple.
And now Maya doing the run for the token, so everyone keeping pace with each other pretty reasonably as well. I think this is gonna, like you said before, come down to how well the grinds are executed, and Emptyeye is going full swing into this grind right now.
Yep, Linkforce is heading due to the east here. I don't know, does he... I think he's got information on where both the Staff Cave and the Jerk Cave are, but I'm unsure. Maya, I know, knows where the Staff Cave is, but he is, a little bit behind in terms of progress at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It being in deep in swamp, I can certainly see why a runner might skip that, but there it is. So, excuse me, I meant the Jerk Cave being in swamp. So there's the Staff of Rain for Link.
Yep, while Emptyeye has already decided to take the fight to these armored knights in Swamp Cave, because the south entrance was fairly close to Tangential Castle as well. So he is going to start going to work here and trying to open up this experience gap a little.
Yeah, it does the double hurt more here, and another kill is gonna do it. He is about out of resources though, so I wouldn't be surprised if an intentional death would be coming pretty soon.
Yeah, especially with the grind location this convenient, it's very helpful to just, burn all your resources, maybe try and take a couple of hacks at killing an armored knight with a lucky crit, and then just, taking your medicine and going home.
So 12, 7, and 6. Or excuse me, 5, 7, and 6. So not a great level, and more grinding to come. But back to the throne room with maybe one more heal more or a hurt more in tow.
Yep, it looks like Maya's about 2 steps off of the search spot for Erdrick's token right now.
Yeah, not too far away. It's just it washed up on the coast there, so Erdrick needs to be more careful the next time he goes out boating.
Yep, he's 7 steps south, so he just needs to head a little bit north and he'll be fine. Yeah, it looks like Emptyeye has decided to die and respawn. He's at 101 health now, so the health total is looking good. MP 66, not so good. That's only 8 heal mores. Strength is 82, so total attack power with the fighter's ring is 124, so he's swinging for 6 to 12 right now. So things are a little bit dicey at this point still for doing Dragon Lord, so we're going to see some more grinding.
And Emptyeye seems pretty committed to double hurt mooring these armored knights, and I think with the strength where it's at right now, that's probably the best approach. If the next level gives a decent bump, then maybe a swing and a hurt more or red dragons might come into play.
Yeah, I mean, Armor Knights give 172, which if you can get through them in 2 rounds is going to be more efficient than Red Dragons when all is said and done. As Maya has run into Cole, searched the spot, he's got Erdrick's armor now. So he's going to start making a charge, it looks like. He's just trying to get himself back in this race.
Yeah, definitely I think this seed, the Armored Knights, are the right call, especially since you don't have a Silver Shield to kind of help against those nasty red dragon punches, but misses the hurt more though, and that's not so good. But he was almost out of MP anyway, so not the end of the world. Another question in chat: is Death Necklace confirmed to be in Charlock? It is. Emptyeye went to the bottom of the grave and found about $700. So.
Yep, the Death Necklace being an item that takes away 25% of your maximum hit points, and gives you 10 strength in the randomizer, is a randomizer feature that was added in. It does curse you as well, which is really annoying if you wipe afterwards. But the real difficult thing is that right now our runners have 101 hit points, and realistically to use the Death Necklace, you want to be over 128, because after 25% you want to drop down to 96.
All right, and there is a rainbow drop for Link, and back to the grind again goes Emptyeye.
Yeah, but you can see that Emptyeye has been committed to the work of the grind here, and he's at 5139. So he has torn open about an 800-point experience lead at this point, which isn't insurmountable by any stretch, but you got a little bit of work to do if you're Linkforce at this point in time to overtake Emptyeye's experience lead. And speaking of hard charging, ichbinmiah in the top right there, as he is in Garenham now, so he is going to find the grave. He is going to find his Stones of Sunlight in just a moment. He is going to find a fighter's ring. His harp is waiting for him down below. He is almost there as well.
Attack power 140. Wow, that is quite the bump there. That was not an Emptyeye level for sure.
No, that was the level that these runners really needed at this point in time at level 14. Just to roll that one back, 16 strength, 12 hit points, and 9 MP. Agility is still atrocious at 66, but, you know, at least the stats are really starting to get there. The attack power is now, we're swinging for 10 to 20 on the Dragon Lord, so we're never single digits now.
It's funny. It's one of those things where, well, do you think the Dragon Lord fight is doable with what you have? Yeah, if you can make it down there all the way. And with all of the potential nasty things that you really can't run away from with this agility, it is very difficult to expect to not burn a heal more or two on the dive down.
Yeah, with 71 defense power with the large shield, because our runners were not able to get silver shields on this seed, the big thing for our runners is that, you know, getting down there first with your 9 heal mores is going to be a big deal, but then getting doubles off of attacks is going to be a very low probability thing on top of it. And you need doubles when you're sitting there on like 9 heal mores. Even if you're hitting for an average of 15, you still need to get through 10 or 11 swings. So you want to have that little bit of safety, because if the Dragon Lord ambushes you in your 66 agility, you're in trouble.
And at that point, it's not just Dragon Lord 2, but Dragon Lord 1 can also ambush you if your agility is that low, and it can be pretty...
I mean, the major problem maybe is just, again, getting ambushed by Star Wyverns if they're in Charlotte Castle, and just getting yourself killed before you even get to them. Linkforce has decided that grinding red dragons is the play today, so he is here in Hawksness, using his mana on heal mores instead of hurt mores. Maya has found the stones. Maya has found the harp. He's going to bin a torch. And so he's got to make up some ground. He's about 1,000 experience behind Linkforce at this point, but he's done cracking chests. He knows what's up. He's got to go and turn in his harp and then turn in his gear for the rainbow drop.
And Armored Knights for everyone. Maya is going to bump into one on the overworld. And yeah, Emptyeye making pretty good progress in this grind while Linkforce takes a death to a red dragon. I'm not sure if there's a town nearby or near Hawksness that is nearly as efficient as just taking a death to these Armored Knights.
Eternal Newbie's asking how hard can the Dragon Lord 2 hit at this current defense. It's gonna be comparable damage to the Red Dragon at the least, and then a little bit more. So it's gotta be 71. We're still under the point where you will see 48 pluses. So that's not a good.
Yeah, I'm guessing somewhere in the 52 range is where you can get punched, and that is not a comfortable position to be in for that fight.
No, I think 80 is... I think if I remember correctly, it's like 80 or 82 is the safe number, but it's right in those low 80s is where you really want to be, to at least get the physical attacks to be on par with breath.
Yeah, and again, not having the silver shield definitely going to come into play for this.
Yeah, Linkforce very happily killing enemies on the overworld as he hikes back to his Red Dragon spot here. As he catches his level 14 along the way, and Maya is, currently moving and grooving real fast. Dropped off the heart for the staff, and he's already at the Jerk Cave. So again, it's going to come down to grind. Looks like Emptyeye has cracked about a 1,700 experience lead right now, though. He is comfortably in front. Maya is about 1,800, but behind that as well. And it looks like Linkforce has decided that maybe it's just let's see what's in Sherlock maybe for grind at this point. Let's do it this way.
Yeah, and the green dragons, nice to see. The star wyverns, absolutely not. So, one good enemy, one bad enemy. Let's see what the rest of the monster distribution looks like.
Yep, for Emptyeye level 15, 2 hit points, 5 agility, 2 strength, 5 agility, 6 hit points, and 2 mana. Not the level you wanted to see there. You're still kind of deficient in the MP department. Agility is still a little bit sketchy, so the strength is really getting there in a hurry, though.
Yeah, and Linkforce gonna take a dive, try to get some more information on what's on the bottom of Sherlock Castle.
Yeah, this is definitely a fight your way down situation. This is not a Dragon Lord kill dive for sure. He's already burned 1 heal more up here on the top floor as it is, so resources getting burned here. He's going to try and see what's going on.
Yeah, meanwhile, Emptyeye headed to Sherlock, and maybe he's going to take a shot at getting down to the bottom with as much as he can in the way of resources. I think he's got a full complement of herbs, so just a matter of what are you able to run from and what fights do you have to take, like this red dragon that Link just ran into.
Yeah, Amazing Toaster is 2, 5, 6, and 2. The 2 being really stinging at this point in time when maximum mana is really hard to come. And there are definitely Star Wyverns just infesting the castle at this point in time as Linkforce runs into another one. It's Red Dragons and Star Wyverns all the way down, it looks like. So this is not going to be a fun Sherlock dive for our runners tonight.
Emptyeye escaping that red dragon fight with 1 HP and is getting a nice walk to refill the HP right now.
Yeah, as you can see, that agility is just... These red dragons are hard to run from, so...
I think checking out the mini-boss spot is what Linkforce is up to right now, along with getting some experience fighting on the way down. But I think this is a Dragon Lord dive for Emptyeye.
Yeah, he took that big risk with that 1 hit point run away from that red dragon. He's trying to hang on to all 77 of those MP. Linkforce has also come across Axe Knights on the way down. That's not too bad at all. The big thing is that while both of these runners are diving down, you've got Maya, who is just hard grinding on these Armor Knights and is gonna catch up a little bit here.
Yeah, so Maya is not too far away. Maybe just a failed dive, and Maya is caught right back up.
Yeah, and especially because at level 15, again, it's really going to come down to getting those nice rolls. We're at 142 attack power. Yeah, Eternal Newbie, we've got 9 heal mores if he can make it all the way down with all 77 of his MP, and 142 attack power. So he's going to hit pretty hard. 9 heal mores. He is right on that line of not needing any doubles. He's just going to need to roll decently.
Yeah, he's also going to need to not burn a heal more on this bottom floor. So, depending if red dragons are hanging out down here, this could be pretty difficult.
Yeah, he's got a full stash of herbs, and he's got the 119 MP is actually a big deal because statistically, the more health you have, heal more does heal for more than 96. So you can heal yourself into position to, or it does heal you enough that you can heal yourself into position to potentially still get doubles even with this low defense that we're working.
And it's a blue dragon, so pretty happy to see that for sure.
Yeah, and wizards are good too. They're fairly low agility, so a little bit less of trouble running away from them as well. And so it looks like Emptyeye is going to be in position at this point in time to take our first stab at the finish here.
I just don't agree to him. It's a trick.
Yep, ichbinmiah found that 16 strength at level 14 here, so he's looking at his stats. He's trying to do the math in his head real quick. 8 heal mores and 113 hit points. Do you think he can?
8 heal mores feels I don't know. I think there's the fight right now. Let's see what Emptyeye swings for. I think that was a 13.
I'm a little bit behind at the moment because of the restream, so. Yeah, but he's going to be hitting for between 10 and 21.
Yeah, so being able to make it all the way down to the bottom with all the heal mores intact, this is looking real good.
Yeah, opening double. Breath is breath, going to hit for a cap of 48. Physical attacks, 32, I think is probably on the lower side of the spectrum there, but 41's a little bit nastier. So yeah, I think he's in pretty good.
Yeah, Dragon Lord punching Emptyeye, and there's a 49 in there. I thought I saw. So yeah, definitely the low agility showing itself.
Yeah, I caught a 51 in there as well. So danger territory for sure. If you're sitting there at like 50 hit points, Getting the start off double might have been exactly what he needed though to get through this.
Meanwhile, Linkforce digging out the treasury and runs into a Star Wyvern, and oh boy, that's not what you want to see.
Nope. We got a 19 from Emptyeye in that last swing, taking another attack for 46. He's down to 1 heal more here, so it's going to come down to the last couple of swings at this point. But those 19s are really heartening to see. You want to see those nice high rolls here, was that things come right down to the end. Another 13 it's going to do it. It's going to be enough. It looks like Emptyeye is going to take this one down tonight, as the Dragon Lord is felled by Emptyeye here.
Yeah, and this is going to be a fairly quick time, all things considered, for the tournament. I know a Jet Seed, you expect to see that with Hurtmore at level 1, but seemed like everyone didn't have too much difficulty as far as exploration goes, and Emptyeye is going to finish in first with an SRL time of 107.24.
Yeah, very nicely done for sure. Able to push through at level 15 here. That massive strength was what it took, and he got some good rolls along the way there. Saw a lot more 19s than I did 12s, that's for sure. So yeah, GG to Emptyeye as we watch ichbinmiah continuing to try and take apart these armored knights. Linkforce has decided that red dragons are still the way to go, and he doesn't feel comfortable with his stats at level 15. As we saw, all it would probably take is a Dragon Lord back attack to break up the party on that fight. So, he's playing it a little bit safer here. As Maya hits his level 15 here at 7,600 experience points.
And we're joined by Emptyeye right now. GG, Emptyeye. Wait for Discord to settle itself for a bit.
Yeah, let me unmute my mic there. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, GG, Emptyeye.
All right, thank you very much. Better to be lucky than good is all I can really say there. Found a bunch of locations early. Got lucky with the token spot was countable. Found everything reasonably quickly. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that went overall.
How did you feel about level 1 hurt more?
Level 1 hurt more is always great to see, especially when you have the MP to cast it. So, you did have the 1 hurt more, which was enough to get you kind of off the ground there. I did like that, especially with the starting gold chest, because it meant that the big early game decision when you get that big gold chest in the throne room of, do you save and try to hope you can. Well, in my case, I didn't have enough money for a hand axe regardless, but that kind of big decision of, okay, do you try to scout around for maybe an early town, try to get a hand axe? The level 1 hurt more kind of just rendered that whole decision moot. So was definitely happy with that, since I got the absolute minimum gold out of that chest. I think got an even 500.
So Link hits 16 off of the red dragons and decides that's good enough, and heads back to the castle to get an MP refill. So 1 health after running away from that red dragon, and just not going to use an herb.
Nope, that was the absolute hero of hero walks there. And actually, honestly, what happened was, I don't remember if I checked it just before or just after that, but I didn't think I had full herbs. So I was like, oh, well, I'm at 1 health. Something's going to come along and kill me. I'll go restock my herbs and try again. And, like I said, better to be lucky than good.
Yeah.
So, and that red dragon, I never like seeing red dragons in seeds like this, where your strength is really high and your agility is really low, because what usually happens to me is I eventually just go on tilt and just start fighting everything all the way down, which is, even with that much strength and that little agility, is probably not a great long-term strategy. But there was extremely low agility at the end, because I got hit by the Dragon Lord for 51. He hit me again for 49, so it was a good thing I had a ton of strength.
Yeah, everybody certainly missing the silver shield this time around. It was for sale, but no gold in the treasury.
Right, no gold grind, and I don't think... there was no way to set one up either, I don't believe, so... luckily, I got the large shield at some point, and that was... Since I got the early Erdrick's armor, fairly early Erdrick's armor anyway, that was enough to kind of carry me through the rest of the seed there, so...
Yeah, I think you definitely played it right, though. I think on average you were going to need every single swing that you had in that sort of double attack that you got at the start from eating herbs after every hurt more. So it seemed to work out pretty well for you.
Yeah, it did. I knew it was going to be close, but I figured with hopefully a double attack at the start, and then of course 2 attacks at the end, the desperation last swing. I think on average I had it, so... But yeah, you're right, it was close. I figured I had a pretty good shot if I could get there with all my MP, which I knew was far from a guarantee, and luckily I used up all my bad luck on that 1 red dragon at the start.
Well, that and all the Star Wyverns you ran into.
That is true, but those guys were dangerous. They had sleep and they had Dragon Lord breath, so if I didn't get away from one of those, that could have gotten really scary really fast. But fortunately, luck was on my side this time. So
yeah, they were pretty rude to you on the overworld, and no princess saving allowed either.
No, yeah, you're right. Which actually, again, probably worked out okay because, well, I think the spike tile is still there regardless in randomizer, but my actual failure to save the princess there probably helped me out a little bit.
Yeah, it was good to check that spike tile out as well. The armored knights look like the big winner as far as the grind goes for this season.
Yeah, definitely. I did want to see kind of A, what that tile was, and then B, since I was kind of there anyway, just kind of save the princess if I could, just in case I happened to need the famous GPS. But fortunately, I looked at the coordinates and then looked again, and I was like, wait a minute, I think this is countable. And in a rarity for me, I got the right tile on the first shot, so that was pretty nice.
As a point of note for our two runners right now, you've got ichbinmiah on the bottom floor of Charlotte Castle right now. He's on 2 herbs. He's actually been using the herbs on the way down. So he's going to have to hope for a little bit of help from Dragon Lord 1, potentially. Linkforce is getting ambushed by golems because agility is terrible, and he's probably not having a great time with this, as he's going to fairy flute and run, probably.
Yeah, the agility in that seed was awful. I know you said one of them was at level 16, but what are their levels right now?
Linkforce is leading the way at level 16. Took a little bit of extra time to grind red dragons in Hawksness. Maya pushed out to level 15, looked at the numbers and said, I'm good, and just dove immediately. He is down to 1 herb, though, as he's going to get to this boss tile. He's probably going to be pretty happy to find out that it's a blue dragon, though.
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely happy to see that. So, I did go to Hawksness, and I saw that there were red dragons there, but I figured, red dragon versus armored knight, even though I had to kind of navigate most of Swamp Cave each time to get to the armored knight, I figured that Hawksness wasn't really all that close to the start, so I figured on balance the armored knight probably won, and thankfully I was apparently correct, so.
Alright, Maya has used up all his herbs and is actually tapping his spell reserve. He's used 2 casts of heal, which has pushed him down to 69 MP, so he is actually only at 8 heal mores for this fight, which might end up being a bit of an issue. We shall see.
Yeah, not to mention the potential for a back attack too would take him right out of this fight, I think.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Like you said, I got a little help from the Dragon Lord with the relatively gentle Dragon Lord 1 attack.
Yeah, and it looks like Maya got no help from the Dragon Lord. Swung 3 times, got 2 hurt mores in between, and then got back attacked at 66 hit points. So gets a double early, but to catch that up. But he is already, he's already burning off heal mores pretty quickly. He's already down to 6, so. He is going to have to push really hard here to get through this. I mean, he's at about 55 damage right now.
Yikes, yeah, that was the other thing. I got a fairly lucky Dragon Lord 1 in that I was able to 2-shot him, which also helped. It meant I only really needed 1 sort of even semi-fortunate, heal cycle where I didn't get a stop spell, but like I said, got a pretty low attack and said, okay, that's good enough if I can take him out here.
Yeah, and it looks like Maya's in a little bit of trouble here. I saw an 11 roll in there. That one was a 14, so he's rolling a little bit below average right now. And he might just fall a little bit shy of the target here, which is not gonna be good. As Linkforce is rolling up with a full complement of mana, he's got the full complement of 9 heal mores, and I think he still has herbs in his back pocket as well.
Yeah, so Link looks to be in pretty solid shape here, but I definitely think Maya was in Hurtmore territory there.
And he gets exacted for his troubles on the last swing. 33 damage on 33 hit points. That is a rough break for sure, and he needs to go reload on herbs before he dies again. Rolling 11 was not helping his cause.
Yeah, I got some pretty good rolls there. I think I only got one like absolute roll that I wasn't like happy to see. And I don't even remember what it was. It was like an 11 or a 13 or something. So, like I said, it all worked out for me in the end, thankfully. That's randomizer sometimes though. Like I said, better to be lucky than good sometimes.
Yeah, well, Linkforce down there did not catch an ambush, and he is not taking any chances here with his heal mores, as he is just working his way through the Dragon Lord's health total here. And there's a 21, so, you know, can't ever argue with the 21 rolls, that's for sure, as he does have a top end a little bit higher than that with 148 attack power, but even so.
Yeah, it looks like that extra level is gonna help a lot. The extra heal more, and then, you know, any max damage is always good to see on the top end. Any bonus max damage.
As a volley of 20s and 21s come loose, as Linkforce just mauls the Dragon Lord here, and he is gonna take second place.
Yeah, so GG to Linkforce, just, you know, heading up the castle now to talk to the king, and finishing with an official SRL time of 1:19:44.
Yeah, definitely a solid run for sure. You know, taking the little bit of extra safety with the level 16, seeing that it was Star Wyverns all the way down. But doesn't have a problem on his second dive, and pulls through pretty well successfully.
And looks like Maya's going to give this another shot, so geared up for another level 15 dive. And we're joined now by Linkforce. GG, Link.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
So, GG to you, Link. How did it feel finding Hurtmore at level 1?
It felt good that I could kill something really fast. So, and with all my other seeds that I've done, it felt great to be able to just start off really fast.
So when it came to time to kill the Dragon Lord, you saw your stats at 15 and then went for another level. Did you think you could manage it at 15, or was that just out of the question for you?
I wanted more magic, so I wasn't pushing it at the very end. So, and I knew it was like close to another level, so I just went in front of the Red Dragons and then refilled on MP and then went.
Yeah, it looked like you tried grinding the Red Dragons a little earlier, and they were kind of tough until you got some more strength. So was that what motivated you to take a run through Sharlock early?
Yeah, I was also looking for the Death Necklace, just in case I needed it, but I didn't.
So what are your thoughts on low agility seeds like these? Look like everybody had trouble running from anything.
I didn't really think about it. I just fought all the Red Dragons that I found, and I was able to run from most things except the Star Wyverns that had Dragon 2 breath.
And sleep. Don't forget sleep.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
So, other than some hiccups with the Star Wyverns early, which gave everybody trouble, it seemed like things went pretty smoothly for you. Level 16 looked like that was pretty safe once you got the extra MP.
Yeah. My only thing about myself is going through swamp was kind of useless, and I had forgotten where Dirt Cave was. So I was going around for about 5 minutes trying to find that.
Yeah, all in all, though, I think it was you did pretty well. In all facets of the game. It was especially a nice job doing the Erdrick's token count.
Yeah. And I didn't think of getting the princess for that because it was just taking more time. I just said I'm gonna count it. Didn't seem that hard.
And Maya's still trying to make the dive at 15. Gets kicked out of Charlock twice. Once by a red dragon, and then once by a star wyvern. So he's going to take another shot at this, and hopefully things go better this dive around.
Yeah, really hoping that he can pull this one together for sure. As you know, we noticed that 15 will do it. It's a little bit dicey. I think he's in the swamp cave, which means I think he's going to decidedly. Nope, he bails out. Never mind. He's not going to push to 16. He's going to head right back.
Might have been thinking about it, but I'm going to give it a try again. And he got reasonably close, just the back attack and getting exacted. That'll definitely stick in your craw.
Yeah, during my grind, although one of them was, I think, after I had hit 15, yeah, I definitely had 2 armored knights hit me for my exact hit points and kill me. So, it was like, really?
So, Emptyeye, any final thoughts on the seed before we get back to the action?
I thought it was a pretty generous seed overall. Early Hurtmore, always fun. The map was, I guess, fairly easy to navigate in that I found everything reasonably quickly. I've definitely had seeds where I've gone a whole race not being able to find a vital village or, vital cave, whatever. So that part was pretty reasonable. The end, like I said, just better to be lucky than good. Sometimes you make maybe not the greatest plays and they work out for you. Like my walk there early in Charlock. But that's randomizer for you.
All right, and Linkforce, any final thoughts from you?
No, not really. Kind of said all that I wanted to say.
Okay, well, thanks for the interview, and GG to both of you.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Thanks for the commentary, and GG, Linkforce.
GG too, Emptyeye.
All right, Maya on the third floor from the bottom, so runs into a wizard that just does not want to let him go, but he's still got 82 HP, so he's in pretty good shape.
Yep, quick a quick stroll through this floor, and he's gonna be just fine. Hit points filling up pretty rapidly.
Yeah, judging from his camera, cracks open another energy drink, so he's ready for this fight.
Yeah, again, hopefully he can kind of hang on to his resources a little bit better and have a couple of herbs on tap for the DL1 fight, just to make sure that he can get topped up and stay topped up.
Yeah, just really rough to make it pretty close to the bottom and then lose the equivalent of 2 heal mores just off of the blue dragon fight, and then the back attack. Also,
Yeah.
if you liked the action that you saw tonight, please give these runners a follow, and hey, give the commentators a follow too. I heard they're cool people. I'm not biased.
I mean, Edgy is pretty great, honestly. And of course, if you're out there in the world and you didn't hear the news from the RPG Limit Break team, of course, this will be run at RPG Limit Break as well. We do have a whole tournament to get through first, though, so, you know, we're going to get through this league first for sure. There's still probably 5 more weeks of exciting matches to come, including one more that's going on right now and one more that's going to start off at 10 o'clock Eastern tonight. So, you know, if you're enjoying this, it's still going to be happening all night tonight.
And I believe it's Sparkover and Silverfire doing the race at RPG Limit Break.
Yep, 2 of the longer-term runners of the randomizer, so it should be an excellent.
And into the Dragon Lord fight, Maya goes with significantly better resource totals, so hopefully a better outcome awaits.
Yeah, with 100% less ambush from the Dragon Lord in the first swing for 20 on top of it, so 20 is exactly what you want to see here. That is right at the top end of his damage swing. Yep, early push to 35. We're seeing some above average rolls. Another 20. He's at 55 already off of 3 swings, so this is going a lot more smoothly, but he's still got a little ways to go yet.
Yeah, but this time around I've seen a couple of 20s in there, so the math is looking a lot better for Maya this time around.
Yeah, cap 21, he's already at 93 right now, so he's still got a little work to do, but 93. Next swing is going to add on another 16, so he's at 109. He takes a double at 46, which is a little bit dicey, but he gets away with it. So he is in good shape right now with that diced up double, even with the rolls of like 12 and 13 off of it.
And thank you for the subscription, Retro Grizzly Bear. 5 months, greatly appreciated.
And with that double and some good bounces on his side, ichbinmiah has taken apart the Dragon Lord, and he is headed for home, so get your GGs out in chat for Maya as well. A tough bounce on that first dive, but he's able to push on through on the second dive, which is fantastic to see. That nice bounce back capability.
And GG to Maya. We'll try to get Maya in for an interview shortly. right, GG to Maya with an official SRL time of 1:32:36. And while we wait for Maya to join, stay tuned. And we're joined by Maya right now. GG. And Discord is going to be Discord, so we'll give it another try.
Once more a feeling.
Absolutely. In the meantime, thank you to CD Improv for doing the restream, and Seawolf1 for doing the tracking. Great job again. And we're joined by Maya once again.
GG's, everyone. Thanks.
GG. So that first Dragon Lord fight seemed like everything that could have gone wrong did, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt it was happening. I got down there, and then the DL2 fight started, and he just kept breathing fire over and over and over again. I got no doubles. I don't know. Them's the breaks, right? That's what happens at level 15.
Yeah, just and especially with the agility as well. It seemed like the enemies that you ran into basically drained all of your herbs, and you had to burn a heal more before the fight even started.
Yeah, and I think that was I was kind of counting. I must have been real close at that point. I don't know. That last hit that the Dragon Lord hit me for was for exactly 33 hit points, which is what I had left. I don't know if I needed one more swing or not. I don't know how close I was.
Yeah, the Dragon Lord wasn't giving you that chance, though.
Nope, certainly not. Other than that, I was pretty happy with how everything went, to be completely honest. It's nice when the game gives you a nice attack spell right at the beginning like that. Suddenly that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would complain about early hurt more. Just maybe complaining that the Star Wyverns just seem to be super durable this season.
Yeah, they were a little mean, but it was an enjoyable enough seed. I would have liked to have placed better, but the game had other ideas in mind today, so that's perfectly fine. We'll go back and get them next time.
So as we wrap the broadcast up, any final thoughts on the seed, Maya?
I just want to say thank you to you and to Demarine for commentary. That's very nice of the both of you. And thanks to our restreamer this evening and our tracker for the evening. I'm not sure which is which, so I'll let you give the kudos out. But thanks to everybody on Randomania that made this happen. Thanks to everybody for watching. And I wish everybody else in the league good luck in their next races.
All right, and Demarine, any final thoughts before we wrap things?
It's always really interesting seeing these great runners, even though they had some rough starts in the league, seeing three good runners take on a pretty quick and efficient seed. Even then coming in Emptyeye with that 107 is just an impressive time for these standard flags. So, GG to him and GG to all these runners who definitely gave us a show tonight, which was great to see. I think it sounds like, when you wrap us up, we're going to be hopping over to RM3, and then I think there's a race at 10 o'clock on RM2, I believe. So, again, action all night.
Yeah, so like Demarine said, stay tuned. We'll send you over to Randomania 3 to catch Zarnax, Game Boy, Betastrep, and Lord of the Synth in a race in progress. So that's going to be a good one as well. Make sure you stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good evening.